I've been wanting to make this video for a really long time now because I feel like there's so many small YouTubers on the platform and not enough people talking about how it feels to be one and the experience overall as it is being a small creator on YouTube. And you may have heard many times before if you watch YouTubers a lot, or if you just pay attention or in the community for a long time, you've definitely heard at least once a bigger creator talking about how it was before they blew up, before they got successful, talking about their experience as a small creator. Except I don't think that I've ever heard another small YouTuber actually talk about how it is to be a small YouTuber when they're still a small YouTuber, if you know what I'm saying. And when I say small YouTuber, I don't mean a YouTuber that has a decent following, has a few thousand, maybe 10,000, 20,000 subscribers, one that's tasted even the slightest bit of YouTube monetization, maybe a small video that I didn't think was going to blow up that just popped off and got like 2 million views and they gained a ton of subs from that. I'm talking a small creator that would literally go on YouTube to search up, like, how do I get my first 100 subscribers? How do I do this? How do I do that? Like, the type of creator that's so small, they haven't gotten 1K subs, they haven't even tasted it yet. They are still in the realm of just trying to find their footing on this huge platform. So I'm here to put this perspective out there to anyone who may want to know what it's like, or anyone who needs advice, anyone who just comes upon this video, stumbles upon it, and wants to watch it. This is my experience as a small creator on YouTube. And this video can probably apply to a lot of people because I have many channels, a few of which have gotten over 100 subscribers, and I have done basically all types of content across them. I've done vlogs, I've done music videos, I've done gaming videos. Basically most of the stuff that you can find on YouTube, I've done that type of content before. And I really want to talk about it and bring my perspective to the table of what it's like to be a small YouTuber on the platform. Now, the first thing that I want to talk about is what it's like when you get a strike on your channel, because as you know, a small creator is not going to have the same resources that a large one would in terms of handling stuff like this. I'm pretty sure after you pass 100K or maybe 1 million subscribers, you do get a manager, a channel manager, something like that, or like a contact at YouTube that you can email, talk to, and try to get in touch with to fix something if there has been a discrepancy. And obviously, as a small creator, you're not going to be having that. So what happens when you do get a strike on your channel? And this is going to be kind of not the answer a lot of you are going to want to hear, but there's not really much that you can do. Thankfully, I haven't had a singular strike on my main channel, but I've had strikes on 3 channels before. And all 3 times I could just basically sit back and do nothing, because unless you can make enough noise on Twitter, maybe you have another platform. If you're big on another platform, then you can obviously use that platform as a way to gain attention and gain support in your favor if you want to get the strike overturned or something like that. But as someone who has basically no presence on the internet big enough to disturb the gods over at YouTube and change anything in their decision making about my fate of whatever video that I posted, you basically can't really do anything unless you're in a very fortunate situation where you have a big enough platform somewhere else, or or have connections to someone that could make a difference. So if you do get a strike, the whole situation with that, you're pretty much screwed. But one good thing that I do have to say about being a small creator, especially if you've cultivated a small community, is kind of enjoy it while it lasts. Because once you pass, I haven't passed this threshold, so I'm just going to put that little disclaimer right there. It could be slightly different from what I imagine it being, but I'd imagine once you pass the 100, maybe even 50K subscriber mark, you will start to have too many followers, too many people in the comment section to really kind of go through every last thing and make sure everyone that interacts with your content feels like a loved member of your community. Obviously, you can post videos like appreciating your community. Maybe you can start a Reddit, something like that, for members of your community to interact. But for the most part, especially when you have under 1,000 subscribers, really just enjoy and cherish your first little batch of viewers that you get, because ultimately they will decide the fate of your channel. They are the ones that were there in the very beginning. If they don't stick around, if you do something stupid, or if you don't show enough love to them, in any capacity, just hearting comments, replying, making sure that their voices are heard, that their feedback is wanted and appreciated on your small channel. If you don't show that you care about them as viewers of your channel, if you don't give a damn about your community and just leave it there rotting in the dust when you don't even have many people in that community to begin with, then you're going to be back to square one pretty quickly after they all dip on you, because they don't feel like they are cared for as supporters of your channel. And this is a mistake that big and small YouTubers make, I feel like, where they lose viewers because they just are arrogant, or they don't listen to what their viewers have to say, and they just don't take feedback. That's something that ties in very, very closely with cultivating a community and keeping that community as a small curator and as a big curator. You have to listen to what your viewers say, because at the end of the day, they're your lifeline. They're the reason that you're making content. Obviously, you're posting it to YouTube because you want other people to see it. And if you don't do something with what they tell you, then you're just stuck in a box. And the way that you get better at stuff is by learning, and you're not going to learn anything if you don't pay attention to what people are trying to teach you. So when you have this small community as a small creator on this huge platform, make sure to love and cherish them. Obviously, don't overstep the line, don't like slide into your viewers' DMs or something because you thought their profile picture was cute or something like that. Just reply to comments, heart comments, like comments, link to other social medias that you have to make sure that if something goes wrong on YouTube, then they can go over there and they can see what you have to say. They can see whatever update that you need to give out on any other platform. Start a Discord, start a Reddit, start a Twitter, start anything. Really cultivate, enjoy, cherish, and make your community your community. Do everything you can to make the most out of what you have and your viewers as a small creator. Now I'm going to talk about something that I really struggle with that is kind of a universal human experience. It doesn't just have to do with anything on YouTube, but it is a huge factor when you're trying to grow an audience and you're trying to make it big out there, and that's motivation. I struggle with motivation a lot as a small creator because I don't want to put multiple hours into editing a video and then have it get like 27 views or something stupid like that. I don't want to spend 50 bucks on a webcam, 50 bucks on a light bar, and 100 bucks on a new microphone, 30 bucks a month on some stupid editing software that I'm gonna have to spend hours a day trying to get used to and trying to learn, just trying to understand the layout and what everything does. You don't want to have to go through all that just for barely anyone to watch your stuff, just for it to be seen by basically nobody. And I understand that, and I've dealt with that with so many things that I've done, so many things that I've made, and that's why I'm talking about my experience, because as someone who's still stuck in that chapter of YouTube, I want to be able to help as many people as I can get out of this hole as a small creator, and push through to the light at the end of the tunnel. Back to the thing about spending a ton of time on videos and then having them barely get any return whatsoever. It's a necessary evil, and it's something that you have to go through and just learn to endure, because for every video that you don't post, that's another video that could have popped off. That's another video that could have been on the algorithm, another video that could have blown up and put your channel in the spotlight. So just think about the next time that you don't feel like sitting down to edit something or you don't feel like sitting down to even record something. The moment you get that idea in your head, the moment that you get that doubt in your mind, this video it's just not gonna do that good, none of my stuff ever does good, that's what most people think. And then all of a sudden an angel sent by the YouTube gods comes down and just blesses your video and gives it the power to pop off on the algorithm. You'll see this many times where if you go and sort, well, you can't do this anymore because YouTube took it away, but if you would sort from oldest to newest on a big YouTuber that you know, and you go to their channel videos, you could see that all of a sudden one of their videos did really good after they had a streak of videos that just didn't do anything whatsoever and made no impact. And then once that happens, and if they take advantage of it, if they take the right steps, then they can use that as their first stepping stone to solidifying themselves as a big player in this game of YouTube. So if you cannot find the motivation, or you don't feel like sitting down to finish up that big project that you've been working on that you want to post and hopefully will do good, then just remember that it could do good. And the only way that you're going to find out if it does good or not, the only way you're going to find out if you'll become successful is by trying to be successful. And that means weathering the storm of 4 to 5 views, then 15 to 20 views, then 70 to 80, then 100 to 200. Then maybe finally, after 100 videos, maybe it could be 10 videos. Some channels blow up quicker than others. But after an amount of time, not any set amount of time, it's different for everybody, but after an amount of time, I promise that if you keep trying, you will have that video that really makes your channel soar. And I hope that anyone watching this does have that video very soon, and I hope that I have that video very soon as well. And there's no way to tell if you don't post it, so you better get to posting. Now, the final thing that I want to talk about is the number one thing. It is the biggest thing, and you'll hear so many other YouTubers talk about this, and that is entertainment value. You can hear them talk about it in the form of viewer retention. You can hear them talk about it in the form of like to dislike ratio. But at the end of the day, it all represents one thing, and that is whether or not your videos are entertaining. You can literally hear Mr. Beast talk about it on a couple of podcasts that he's been on. He'll say that if you don't have like 90% of the people that clicked on your video watching at the 30-second mark, then you're pretty much screwed, because that means that the algorithm is going to think that no one cares about your video, no one thinks it's entertaining, no one is sticking around, and it's pretty much just a recipe for disaster. I've noticed a trend in every single video that I've posted, without fail, that most of the videos that have a lot of views are the ones that people actually cared to watch. The videos that people actually clicked on and then stayed watching because they thought it was a good video. And then maybe they even left a like at the end because they wanted to show they thought it was a good video. Those are the videos that are going to pop off because YouTube is going to push them in the algorithm, and they're going to realize that, hey, people are watching this stuff and it's actually good content, the viewer retention rates are high, and everyone is interacting with this video in some way, so obviously something's good about it. Let's make more people see it. Just to make sure that throughout your video, it's always enjoyable, and you're not going to have like a 30-second stretch of just garbage being spewed out for no reason, and stuff that no one's going to want to watch. Because if you start off your video with like a 15-second intro with cringe music in the background, if you start your video just rambling about something that has nothing to do with the title or the thumbnail, or if you do anything like that that's just redundant, irrelevant, or boring, then no one's going to stick around, and you have to get out of a habit of doing stuff like that. Because I used to do that all the time, where before I would start a video, I would talk about what I'm gonna talk about, or I would just talk about something random and just dumb stuff. Like, just don't be stupid. Use the time that the viewers that watch your stuff are giving you wisely, and make sure that you're not wasting it on minutes worth of pointless rambling. And that's kind of what this video is in a way. I don't expect it to have good viewer retention because it's not exactly the most entertaining thing. It's just me talking about my time on YouTube. But it has a purpose at least. So the target audience, which is people that are trying to learn something, they'll stick around and they'll watch it. Make sure that your target audience is going to be sticking around and watching your stuff. If you post a gaming video and the first minute of your video is something that has nothing to do with the game that you said you were going to be playing in the title or in the thumbnail, then people are going to click off right away because they came to the video for what they saw, and instead they're getting a minute of garbage in the beginning. And a lot of people will either skip to the middle of the video, or they'll just not watch it at all and they'll find something else. They'll find a better video to watch. That goes with commentary, that goes with vlogs, that goes with music. Don't have a 30-second build-up in your rap song before the beat drops and you actually start rapping. Like, I'm not gonna lie and say that I haven't done that before, where I have videos where I don't really get into the meat and potatoes of it right away, and I kind of just let myself go on a tangent. And now that's not always a bad thing either. Like, if the video gets completely derailed, as long as it's funny, entertaining, as long as there's some redeeming quality to the fact that you've maybe veered off the tracks of the original concept a little bit, maybe it's not matching up exactly with what you envisioned, as long as it's still fun, there's still some sort of redeeming entertainment value to it, then that's fine. But just don't have boring stretches of absolutely nothing. Don't have parts of the video where people are going to either skip over it or click off, because then YouTube's going to see that as people not enjoying it, which obviously isn't good for you. So I'm done now with this whole rant that I've done about my experience as a small creator on YouTube, and the things that I've learned, really. My tips that I can give to anyone who's maybe trying to start their own channel or stuck in the same hole that I am as a small creator. And yeah, I'm going to stop recording now and eat some Papa John's pizza. I hope that you did enjoy this video. If it's the first one that you saw on this channel, William Squilliam 2, then make sure to subscribe and like, because I'm trying to pop off. And as I just said, the only way that's possible is by people showing that they enjoy my stuff. And if you did enjoy it, then I would appreciate it very much if you showed that. I hope you have a good day or night, whoever's watching this, and I'll see you in the next video if you choose to watch it.